Welcome to Week 6, Creating the Human Resource Advantage. We have one chapter for this week. Now, it's a little more involved assignment, but I think you'll enjoy this. And this is managing human resources. Remember, we had a couple weeks ago, we talked about motivating the workforce. So you might want to refer back to that if necessary. So make sure you complete the reading before attempting the assignment. So here's our discussion for this week. And there's a fair amount of questions, but they're pretty straightforward, I think. And I'm going to add to one a little bit just as a thought process. But what's meant by a job analysis? These are the questions you need to answer. Who should perform a job analysis? What's the importance of a good job analysis? So you're going to step through this one by one. You know, how are job analyses, descriptions, specifications used in planning human resource management activities? What activities are involved in acquiring and maintaining an appropriate level of qualified human resources? Remember, we need to not only hire, but we should be in selection. Selection, hire, retain. How do we do those three things? Because otherwise the pipeline gets pretty dry pretty fast. Name the stages in the selection process. Who are we going to select, or what criteria are we going to use will be critical here. Performance appraisals, what are the significance of those? How often should appraisals be performed? Again, you're going to want to refer back to your own experience, and an example there would probably be really helpful. Should all of these be formal, or should some appraisals be informal? I've got thoughts on that, but I'd be interested to see what you think. And this, on the second to the last question, I'm going to add a little bit to it as you desire. You don't need to answer this, but it mentions what are the benefits associated with a diverse workforce. There are certainly benefits. There are also costs. If you want to identify the costs associated with a diverse workforce, because there is no such thing as a complete plus in any decision making. There's always a cost. A smart guy told me one time, there are no solutions, there are just trade-offs, and which I firmly believe that's true. Nothing is 100% positive return on investment. So you can look at, if you so choose, the associated benefits, certainly, but what are also the costs? And they might not be direct or realized costs, but there are costs nonetheless. And then how can an organization work to increase diversity and the associated benefits? I'll be interested to see what you say. Okay, let's continue on. Here's our next one. Now, this is a little more involved than we've done before, but it's application of HR activities here. So analysis in the field of business assignment. The objective of this assignment is to provide you with the opportunity to explore and analyze a high-level job description in the field of business by examining a C-level executive position. So the C-suite, CEO, CFO, CIO, COO, Chief Marketing Officer, those executive top of the food chain positions is what you want to look for. And you can use any industry, but I would suggest choosing one that you're interested in or currently work in, and then you can offer some insights. But you're going to want to look at those things. Responsibilities, qualifications, and so on. And for leadership roles in the dynamic realm of social media, has that affected the C-suite in a selection? So here's the assignment structure. Now there's quite a bit going on here. Use this as a template or an outline, and then you can fill in the blank. So number one, select your field. Choose a field of business as your area of interest and future career focus. So pick something that's of interest to you, where you want to head career-wise potentially. Identify the C-suite position or C-level. It's up to you. There's lots of them out there. They don't mention Chief Operating Officer, but COO is a part of that. And there's going to be different titles out there, so don't let that worry you. But anything that has chief in it's going to be applicable. Research and analysis. Conduct comprehensive research to understand the responsibilities, roles, prerequisites associated with a C-suite or C-level position. Utilize academic sources. Bellevue's got excellent sources, so you'll make use of those. But industry reports are fine. Actual job posting to gather information. Go to Indeed or LinkedIn. That might be helpful. There's lots of places. Please remember to cite your references according to APA 7. Okay, part 4, and again, you're going to want to label these. Job description analysis. This is a step-by-step questions in order to identify what you're looking at here. So critically analyze the job description at the C-suite or C-level. The analysis should include the following elements. Number one, job title, reporting structure, key responsibilities. Now, they might not tell you all of this, but you're good. The more you can, and you can assume as necessary, but try to find a fairly well fleshed out description, and that'll be helpful. Especially at this level, it should be pretty comprehensive. Desired competencies, and so on. So you can work your way through that. Number 5, this is where you get to do the thinking. Reflect and analyze. Write a brief reflective analysis, 500 words, addressing the following points. Explain the significance of the C-suite position within the industry. And that's going to vary slightly, but if they're not part of the organization, that would mean that it's not necessary to have that level in that organization, so that might be a tip-off. Unique challenges, opportunities associated with leadership in a certain business category or in that category. Again, you're choosing this, so that's why it's wise to pick something you know about. Reflect on your academic coursework, how it aligns with requirements and responsibilities outlined in the job description. You look ahead a little bit maybe and see some of the coursework you're going to be involved in and how that would match up. And then the last one, consider the skills and competencies you believe are associated for success in this role and outline how you intend to develop and acquire them. The last one should be really interesting. I'll look forward to seeing what you come up with here. If you have questions, please let me know, but have a good week and take care.